Welcome back to TYRO TV. I'm Ron Tijerina.
And I'm Cathy Tijerina.
And today we're talking about leadership. We're talking about really standing on the mantle, embracing the mantle, carrying the mantle of leadership as a father, as a husband, as a son, as an
employee,
as a stakeholder in your
Right.
company, whatever it is you're doing, right? But being a leader means one thing. You got to own it.
That's right. The buck stops here. What are we talking about? Personal responsibility.
Ooh, that's a big word, right?
Ooh, and it's painful because, personal responsibility means that I stop blaming everyone else and I recognize that, I have shortcomings. I've made mistakes and I'm inclined to make the same mistakes if I don't recognize that I have the flaws that are going to lead me that way. So the buck has to stop here. I have to own my own stuff.
So my question to you dads is, how many of you have really owned your experience that you're having right now? Or are you still blaming the prosecutor?
Mm-hmm.
Are you still blaming maybe the victim in your case? Are you still blaming others for your situation in your life right now? Because the quicker you can say, you know what, the buck stops here, I knew what I was doing, and whatever it might be. The minute Trump the charges up, it doesn't matter. You're there. Now what? Because by owning this experience in your life, this is how healing takes place. Mm-hmm. This is how you become the best man you can be. This is how you will never experience this ever again, the experience you're having right now, by owning it, by saying, you know what? If I would have been home on a Friday night with my family and kids, I wouldn't be in prison today. Or you know what? If I wouldn't have taken that personal at the job site and hit the guy when he called me out my name, right? I wouldn't be in prison today. Or if I wouldn't have got drunk, or if I wouldn't have got high, what if I wouldn't have, right? Those things are true because the buck stops here. But you always have a choice how you want the end of the story to be. And
you always
right
have
now,
a what?
A choice.
A choice.
You always have a choice.
So we're going to give you 3 tips, 3 things you can do right now to help you learn to become more authentic, transparent, and be a true leader. And that means you're going to own your mistakes. You're going to look people right in the eye and say, you know what, I am really sorry. This is what I did. And to avoid doing that again, this is what I'm going to do to make myself accountable.
So the first thing is you need to get a mentor. You need to find somebody in your sphere of influence, in your circle, that you can trust, that can help you navigate through this new level of leadership. Number 2 is don't wait.
Ooh.
Right? So when you know you fell short, you know you made a mistake, or something didn't happen as a leader, own it. Boom.
ASAP.
Quickly.
As fast as you possibly can. You know what? If you do something, you mess up, it's like, you know what, I got to talk to my partner. You know what, as soon as you do that, there'll be freedom. There might be an initial disappointment or pain, but freedom, because it's like, wow, I can trust him to tell me the truth. Even when it puts him in a bad light, he's going to tell me the truth.
Don't cover it up.
Which is the third one, resist defensiveness. Resist it. So if you're going to own it right away, resist the urge to be defensive about it. When people ask you additional questions, don't make excuses. Own it straight up.
And that's where the buck stops here, dads. Your children are counting on you to be the example of what it means to be honorable, what it means to be transparent, what it means to be vulnerable in your relationship. They're looking at you to show them how a healthy relationship is supposed to conduct, it's supposed to run every day.
Yeah.
Right?
And then the more that you accept that, now your kids are prepared to accept responsibility for their own actions, which means that they're empowered to create their own future.